Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Elizabeth DeRoba. The annual Greater Hazleton Job Fair returned to the Laurel Mall on Thursday for its 29th year. The annual job fair is a free event organized by the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce in collaboration with the Hazleton Career Link. Each year, the event draws businesses from all over the Greater Hazleton area to meet with residents looking for educational and career opportunities. Chamber Vice President of Marketing, Leanne Falabelle, said the annual event fills an important need in the community.
There's definitely a need for it every year. It is the only job fair that's done in the Greater Hazleton community. We do partner with the Scranton and Wyoming Valley Chamber for one up in that, north of us, and there are job fairs south of us, but this is the only one that happens right here in Greater Hazleton. And we always are 30 to, there have been years where we've had 60 employers. It really depends on the unemployment rate, but there continues to be a need for it. So as long as there continues to be a need for it, the Chamber will provide the service.
Falabelle said she was also very pleased with the turnout at the event.
The turnout has been fantastic. We have 34 businesses that are taking part in the job fair today, and we've had probably well over 300 people come through for the day, and it's only 11:30 and it goes till 3:30. So.
This year, the job fair featured 34 businesses and organizations, including Lehigh Valley Health Network, Blaze Alexander, and Johnson College. The event ran from 10 o'clock a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Laurel Mall on Route 93 in Hazleton. A man from Ringtown is facing charges after police say he fired multiple shots and had potential explosives in his garage. Paul Klein was taken into custody on March 13th after police responded to reports of a disturbance in the 500 block of Pattersonville Road in Union Township. According to a witness, Klein fired multiple shots from the porch of the home and one shot from inside the home. While at the scene, investigators say they learned about potential explosives inside the garage and seized 2 devices containing suspected energetic powder. Klein was taken into custody and has been charged with discharging a firearm into an occupied structure, unlawful possession or manufacturing of weapons of mass destruction, and recklessly endangering another person. Kimberly McCrae was arrested in Williamsport on Wednesday after police say she threatened to shoot up a government building. According to police, McCrae was arrested on March 19th after making numerous threats to a caseworker at the Lycoming County Children and Youth Services office. During the incident, officials say McCrae was upset because her child was placed in protective custody. Police say McCrae sent several increasingly threatening text messages to the caseworker before eventually calling and telling the staff that she was going to, quote, go get a gun and shoot up the building. In response to the threat, the facility was put into protective lockdown, leaving the government offices severely disrupted and causing sheriffs to secure the perimeter of the building. Felony charges were filed against McCrae, and she was arrested in the area of Memorial Park. McCrae is currently behind bars at the Lycoming County Prison in lieu of her $75,000 bail. She has been charged with making terroristic threats, recklessly endangering another person, and disorderly conduct, among other charges. Coming up on WYLN News, the Keystone Job Corps hosts a community meeting. Plus, Congressman Rob Bresnahan announces an upcoming telephone town hall. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Pediatric Rehabilitation Services in Hazleton, a brand new location custom designed with children in mind. Our team of therapists and specialists improve the lives of children who need physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech-language pathology.
sweat sign boys out. Tomorrow will be bright and sunny out.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
70s Flashback Show is coming to the Wilson Center in Hazleton Friday, April 4th at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. Tickets are $25, $30 at the door. Tickets are also available at Boscov's in the Laurel Mall.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Keystone Job Corps in Drums held a meeting on Wednesday to inform community organizations about their facility. The Keystone Job Corps is a residential training program for young adults aged 16 to 25 who are looking for skills that will help them obtain fulfilling careers. Over 400 students reside at the Job Corps, which offers GED programs, high school diploma programs, and career technical training in 14 career areas. Executive Center Director Kelly King said that these meetings are important because they help the public understand the Job Corps' mission.
Our goal is to make sure people are educated about what's happening down here and that they understand the value of this Job Corps Center in their community. Job Corps is a valuable resource on many fronts. It's valuable for young adults who want training. It's valuable for employers who need a trained workforce. We have over 200 and some employees on our campus. And then understanding the economic impact that this campus provides to our local community. That was quite the conversation this morning as we talked about our Community Relations Council.
King also praised the Technical Skills Training Program, which allows the students to practice what they learn and put it to practical use.
In this actual building that we're in, this is a ground-up building that our students built. So our construction students, our carpentry students, our electrical students, our plumbing students, they built this facility. So now it is owned by our culinary students. So behind us we have an industrial kitchen where our students are learning culinary arts. So today, our culinary students were charged with preparing a meal for us. So we had some chicken marsala, we had some I believe it was a haddock au gratin, and we had some seasonal vegetables along with rice, and then a few other treats for us. We had some Irish soda bread, we had a chocolate peanut butter pie type deal, and we had a pineapple upside down cake that was served. And then there was a vegetarian option as well.
Student involvement is one of the key aspects of the Job Corps, and King says she hopes the students carry that experience with them as they enter the workforce.
Our students are intimately involved in the operations of our campus, whether it's our Student Government Association, who recently went into their elections, or whether it's our student leaders in the dormitories or in the trades. Everything we say and do is about employability. From a handshake to how you wear your clothing and your uniform to presenting your ID to presenting their business cards. And that's what we live here 24/7.
The Keystone Job Corps is located at 235 West Foothills Drive in Drums. To learn more about the programs offered at the facility, you can visit jobcorps.gov. A man is wanted by the Hazleton City Police Department. According to police, Jawan Cooper is wanted following a shooting on April 30th, 2024. Police say Cooper has been charged with possession of a firearm and propulsion of missiles onto the roadway in connection with the incident. Cooper is described as a black male with brown hair and brown eyes. Police say he stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs approximately 130 pounds. The public is warned not to approach or attempt to apprehend this individual. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to call 911. Congressman Rob Bresnahan has announced an upcoming telephone town hall. The town hall will take place on Tuesday, March 25th, beginning at 5:30 p.m. In a press release, Bresnahan said the goal of the town hall is to hear from as many constituents as possible and to speak directly with the people he represents. The telephone town hall will be sent widely across the district through telephone lines and will simultaneously be broadcast on Bresnahan's Facebook page. Constituents interested in tuning in can also sign up on Bresnahan's website at bresnahan.house.gov. Coming up on Frackville's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Milton, Part 1. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Bev's story is great. Many of you who twist and crack your own neck, she developed pain down her arm by damaging her disc. So stop doing that bad habit. Watch the show to see how we corrected her whole future for her.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
The Pennsylvania frontier was unsettled when Europeans first reached the east bank of the Susquehanna River's west branch in the 1770s. Among the first was Captain Hawkins Boone, supposedly a distant cousin of Daniel Boone, who built a grist mill near the mouth of Muddy Run River. In 1777, during the height of the Revolution, it was fortified with walls and christened Fort Boone in the captain's honor. Boone, along with fellow captains John Brady and Samuel Doherty, remained on guard for native and loyalist attacks in the area. The garrison would spring into action on July 28, 1779, when word reached them that British troops, supported by Seneca fighters, were storming Fort Freeland further up the West Branch, near today's Turbotville. A relief party was sent to Fort Freeland, unaware that it had already surrendered to the British by that point. Thus, they ran to British troops now controlling Fort Freeland when they arrived in sight, and in a brutal and bloody battle, all three captains were killed. The local natives then went on a prolonged spree of attacking undefended locals. One who was not touched was one of the area's earliest settlers, Marcus Hewling, who had been a blacksmith and tavern owner. Hewling conveniently had sold his land 3 days before the attack on Fort Freeland, and he is believed today to have been a British spy. Other settlers leave more lasting trace in the area after the Revolution. One of these was Andrew Straub, who had first arrived in the West Branch in 1770. Straub, an experienced millwright, purchased 200 acres of land from Colonel Turbot Francis and subsequently built a grist mill in Limestone Run to grind wheat and corn. Straub is recognized as the founder of Milton for his setting down of industrial roots in the area. It would be for his mill and other earlier mills that the eventual community that sprang up would be initially named Milltown. It would be eventually shortened to Milton. Just above Straub's holding, James Black of Sunbury also purchased land from Colonel Francis and also began laying out a parallel community. The settlements would go by Upper Milton and Lower Milton for some time before they would officially merge. Businesses began to grow with the community. 5 whiskey distilleries would begin operating in the new town. The Milton Steam Tannery processed tan hides began in 1795. Milton would be home to the area's first steam-powered flour mill, the Milton Roller Mill, and the first steam-powered sawmill, the Steam Sawmill. The Milton Brewery began operations in 1835 and produced beer for the region through 1910. Beginning in 1830, Milton would be host to a popular annual fair. It would grow into a major event, rivaling the nearby Bloomsburg Fair at its peak. In addition to rides and livestock, horse racing was a popular feature at the fair from 1886 on. Jousting nights, bicycle races, and shooting demonstrations by Penn State students were among the other features one could see at the fairgrounds over the years. The fairgrounds owners would file for liquidation in 1909, citing poor property conditions. New ownership, led by M. Oscar Faust of the Atlantic Refining Company, would swoop in to continue the tradition, however. After a year off, the festivities, rebranded as the Great Milton Fair, resumed in 1910, on a smaller portion of the original fairgrounds, with additional acreage leased from nearby farms. Buildings were refurbished, and the fair was bigger than ever, with airplane demonstrations and Wild West shows now part of the fun. Gambling games were also banned from the fair at this time. The fair would be called off again in 1918 with the outbreak of the Spanish flu around the world. Auto races would become a popular attraction at the fair during the 1920s, during which, in 1925, it was renamed again to the Northumberland County Fair. It would be that year, however, when the seeds of the fair's demise would be sown. Local manufacturing magnate George Scheimer, whose family had given money to the fair before its 1910 rebooting, but had not been able to since, arrived with friends and family to watch the horse races in the day in question. Soon he was heavily drunk and started throwing bottles onto the track when his horses repeatedly lost, narrowly missing several jockeys. Asked to leave, Scheimer refused and continued drinking. Management called police, who dragged Scheimer out, but on his way out the gate, he warned the fair director that he would get even with him for it. 1 week later, the fair's grandstand burned down in what was determined to be arson. This was too big of a loss for fair management, which had been losing money for several years before. There would be no more fairs in Milton after 1925. And a few days before the buildings and equipment were to be auctioned off, another suspicious fire struck the fairgrounds, burning everything to the ground. As was elsewhere across the nation, canals became the big craze beginning in the 1820s. The West Branch Canal would be completed through Milton in 1830, allowing river traffic access down to Northumberland and up to Farrensville, Clinton County. The first boat to pass through town, John Dieter's locally built West Branch, did so on October 2nd that year. Milton boomed as a canal town. Numerous docks and wharves sprang up along the canal, and many warehouses, among them Noggles Wharf and Sweeney's, held the products that were shipped downriver. 3 canal locks serviced the canal in the Milton area, including one near today's Cameron Avenue. The West Branch Canal continued serving the community until 1901. The future, however, would be foretold in what would become one of the town's most prominent businesses. It began as a simple sawmill in 1842, run by local doctor William McCleary. Over the years, a foundry and blacksmith shop also sprung up on the site. By 1864, it was reorganized as the Murray-Dougal Car Works, and its mission became building railroad cars. Its location was close to many strands of trees, thus providing with ample lumber to build the cars. From the beginning, the car works was dedicated to building tanker cars to carry oil being produced in northwestern Pennsylvania. By 1870, the firm received a patent for a steel tanker car, in this case designed to carry molasses. By the 1890s, it was producing about 3,000 cars a year. It would be merged with 8 other firms into the American Car and Foundry Company in 1899. It continued as a major manufacturer of tanker cars and eventually hopper cars as well, until the facility closed in 2019. And the railroads would eventually come to Milton. In 1854, the Catawissa Railroad reached the town from its namesake community. There it would have a connection with the Sunbury and Erie Railroad, which would be reorganized into the Philadelphia and Erie Railroad in 1861. The Catawissa would be extended to Williamsport in 1871, and would be leased out to the Philadelphia Reading Railroad the following year. The Philadelphia and Erie, which stretched from Sunbury to Erie, would itself be leased to the Pennsylvania Railroad, which merged the line into itself in 1907. Both lines offer Miltonians access to the wider world beyond the Susquehanna's West Branch.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Escapec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.